and welcome to the third episode of what I'm now calling my I Told You So series, or my final look at the past 5 disastrous years that destroyed our formerly favorite show beyond all recognition. To be clear, I hadn't intended on making this series of videos. My plan was to take a break and come back with new content that has nothing to do with the smoldering ruin of a franchise. And that is still happening, but it's been pushed back. I figured since I've covered pretty much the entirety of the destruction of Doctor Who since the summer of 2017, I would give my final thoughts in this series of uplifting and optimistic videos. That's sarcasm for the brats on Twitter, since they seem to have a collective IQ that's lower than the average dust mite. So what words of wisdom do we have for Manly Man's Man and co-franchise destroyer Matt Strevens today? Doctor Who producer didn't know if the series would continue after Jodie Whittaker left, and here you are still trying to convince yourself that your run was a success. I propose the theory that you didn't want it to come back. Maybe you, Chibs the Idiot, and Dr. Nasty were hoping this show would end, so you can take yet another thing away from terrible white dudes. The beloved titan of popular culture that is Doctor Who. Sorry, have we gone back a decade? Feels like it's been running forever. Well, it sure as hell did near the end, and will probably continue to do so for many, many years to come. No, it won't. Mark my words. No, it won't. But with star Dr. Nasty and main proponent of Doctor Who's same-sex lesbian relationship, still can't believe I'm saying that, set to leave the sci-fi series this year along with showrunner Chibs the Idiot, the show's executive producer has revealed he didn't know if Doctor Who would continue beyond its current iteration. Why? He probably thinks it was so great that it can never be equaled. Doctor Who is officially the longest-running sci-fi series in the world, and has been gone for several years now, and is currently the BBC's biggest and most popular property. I'd like some citations, please. The correct word is was, or maybe it still is, considering there's nothing of value on the BBC anymore. Audiences have seen great actors like Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, and Peter Capaldi come and go. Yes, those were great actors. Actors that you had nothing to do with. But now Whittaker's time as the 13th Doctor is coming to an end too, along with the fandom and any interest from casual viewers. Executive producer and Manly Man's Man Matt Strevens admits that the imminent departure of both Dr. Nasty and Chibs the Idiot, both of whom will bow out in this year's centenary special, left the rest of the production team in doubt as to what the future will hold. Why? Because they were so great, or because they've been diarrhea pooping on this show for the past 5 years and there's no way the stains are coming out now. But thankfully, any concerns were put to rest when it was announced that Russell T Davies, who sparked the initial reboot of Doctor Who back in 2005, was returning to the show. Sorry, not everyone may agree with this, but it's too little too late. I ain't coming back, and many former die-hard Doctor Who fans are not coming back. But I'm going to do another video that addresses this directly. The current run, and in particular the most recent season of Doctor Who, has been criticized by many for its predictability and poor writing. Not to mention the overriding seething hatred of the show's past and many long-term fans. While they perpetuated this 3-series woke nightmare from hell, it's not the worst-case scenario anymore. Many of us are done with this shit. There are many things I enjoy watching, including classic Who, but new Who and everything related to it is dead to me. Seeing this garbage come to end is a best-case scenario now. Indeed, when David Tennant left the role in 2009, there was also talks of wrapping the whole thing up. Different situation back then, moron. This thought existed because nobody believed they could match the Tennant RTD run. In this case, you're following up what, in many ways, has become the most hated show, not only on British television, but amongst almost all real sci-fi fans. However, showrunner Russell T Davies has confirmed he will be back to oversee the next regeneration of the famous time traveler, and that we will see a new 14th Doctor on the BBC when Dr. Nasty leaves. Again, too late. Davies had previously worked on the series between 2005 and 2010, and that will not be matched. The magic that surrounded the show during that period is gone, and too much has been done and said to ever bring it back. Referencing a panel from the Doctor Who convention Gallifrey 1, the Twitter account, probably somebody that has me blocked, because there's only one very small faction of current fandom, namely the spoiled woke brats on Twitter that these dilettantes will even acknowledge, revealed the quote from Strevens, who actually claims he and his team did not know there would be another series of Doctor Who, and that they were only told of Davies' return, and ultimately the show's renewal, the day before the announcement. That means you're lying, a complete failure, or a complete moron. This probably means you were all fired. Not because the BBC is against your message of hatred, but because you failed at brainwashing anyone beyond a small contingent of intellectually challenged, virtue signaling, identity politicking, spoiled narcissistic little brats on Twitter. Or it means that the BBC just replaced you behind your back. Or maybe you are still staying on as executive producer, which merely provides more evidence that nothing is going to change. And considering they didn't tell you who you were working with means that they probably don't have much faith in your ability to brainwash. As for when the TARDIS will return, and who will take over the legendary role of the Doctor remains to be seen. Probably a festive special. Jodie Whittaker's final appearance as the Doctor is set to air in the autumn on the BBC with a 2-part special. Don't care. Won't be watching. Stay tuned for the next video in the I Told You So series. And that's it for today. I'm Chris from Cultivated Media. Don't forget to subscribe and follow my new Twitter account. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching and have a great day.